This video is sponsored by Akodo, a learning-first neobank for teenagers. Sitting and studying for 7 hours straight or even for 10 hours straight can be a huge challenge, especially because we gotta concentrate for such a long time. And forget concentrating, we shouldn't be distracted and we actually gotta sit and study for 7 hours or 10 hours straight. I follow this particular strategy and my productivity is at a peak. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. Hi there everybody, my name is Shreyas and you are watching how you can study for 7 hours straight. Let's get started. Now with respect to studying for 7 hours or 9 hours or 12 hours or whatever duration you want to study for, there are 4 main aspects to it. Now what are the 4 main aspects? The first aspect is planning. Now in order for you to actually sit and study for that long, you need to have a plan in mind on what you are planning to study, on what you are going to finish. What is that syllabus that you're gonna finish? What is that chapter that you're planning on to finish, right? So for the next 7 hours or 12 hours that you're actually gonna study, figure out which particular chapter or what exactly are you going to do for that particular 7 hours or 12 hours. I usually do this by going to Google Calendar. You can look at my Google Calendar screen over here, and I plan on what am I supposed to do for the next 7 hours or 12 hours. What I also used to do is I used to write the name of the chapter and then mention that I'm going to take 3 hours to finish or 5 hours to finish. So first things first, make a plan, a concrete plan on what are you going to study and how long will it take for you to complete that particular chapter in that entire plan. It need not be accurate, it just needs to be precise. Okay, in this much of time you're gonna finish this much of chapter, these many chapters or this part of this percentage of the syllabus. Now this is with respect to planning. Once your plan is set and you know that you are going to study for 7 to 12 hours the next day or the coming day, we'll go to the second aspect, and the second aspect is mindset and belief. You need to have the belief, you need to remember in your mind that it is 100% possible for you to sit and study for that long. A lot of times there are these YouTube videos that you watch, or there are your friends or your teachers who just come out of nowhere and tell that you just can't study for this long. You might have this particular thing in mind that, wait, I haven't even studied for this long in my entire life. How will I be able to suddenly out of nowhere sit and study for this long? The thing is, it is 110%, well, 1000% possible for you to sit that long and study. It's just that you haven't tried that before. You don't really have an idea of your capability, right? So remember this one thing in mind. It is 110, in fact 1000% possible for you to sit and study for however long you want to study for, right? Keep that first thing in mind. And second thing in mind is, when you are gonna sit and study, when you're gonna start your clock for that entire 12-hour marathon, right? You're gonna forget everything else that's happening in life. You're not gonna watch a series, you're not gonna call your friends and talk to them about cute dogs or this amazing ice cream joint which is right opposite your college. No, you're not gonna call anyone, you're not gonna pick anyone's call except your mom and dad's or someone who's very, very important to you, and you're gonna only talk to them for a max of 5 minutes. Number 1, you're gonna keep all the distractions right outside your house or your room. If you have a PS4, throw that outside your room. If you have games in your phone, uninstall the games, uninstall Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well. What I do is, when I'm in this mode, I switch to a different Instagram account altogether, and I also switch to a different YouTube account altogether. So I am literally out of any distractions. And in this, at this point of time, right, when you're in this marathon, no distraction should come and affect you. You need to throw away all your distractions that's in your mind. You need to be in this one focus. You need to keep this one mindset, and that mindset is to complete what you have planned, right? So if you plan to study 8 hours and you plan to complete 8 chapters, the only thing that needs to be in your mind is, now I am going to complete those 8 chapters no matter what. Nothing is going to stop me from completing that 8 or 9 chapters. Even if there's an earthquake, I don't care. Even if Brad Pitt is walking down the street, I don't care. My goal right now for the next 8 hours is to complete the syllabus and complete these 8 chapters, and I will do that no matter what. That is the performer's mindset. I call it the performer's mindset, right? You gotta be inside of this performer's mindset. You gotta be inside the performer's zone. Now, once you have a plan on how you're gonna utilize that 8 or 12 hours into completing whatever you want to, your planning is done. Now your mindset is also done, that you have told yourself that you can study for 8 hours and 12 or 8 hours or 12 hours. You're pushing yourself out of all the distractions that's coming and trying to hit you. You're just focusing on completing that goal that's in your mind. Now you are ready to actually practically study for 7 to 12 hours. Now the first thing you got to do before you start off is you got to go to step number 3, that is accumulation. Now what is accumulation? Basically, anything and everything that you need in this process of studying for 8 to 12 hours or completing any sort of work for 8 to 12 hours, you gotta keep all the things that are required right in front of you, or anything under the reach of 3 minutes. Which means you need stationery, it needs to be right in front of you. You need books, it needs to be right in front of you. You need notes, you gotta keep the notes inside your drive folder or anywhere which is accessible in under 3 minutes. You shouldn't be in a position where you're sitting and looking out for that particular resource or that particular product while you're sitting and studying, right? So if you need anything, you need to be able to take that, you need to be able to get that in under 3 minutes. This is accumulation. Now, once you've done accumulating, you need to always keep this one particular thing in mind. What are you doing for the next 8 to 12 hours, although is very goal oriented, maybe boring as well, you gotta always keep pampering yourself with whatever you like, right? For example, when I am in this process of 8 to 12 hours of studying on this marathon, I always pamper myself with my favorite food. It can be as simple as just ordering food from Boxit, or ordering pizza from my favorite pizza joint, so that I'm always in the mood of, dude, although I'm studying for 8 hours, although this is kind of boring, I'm bringing in some element of surprise or some element of what I like in this entire process. So you can do the same thing. So say you're studying for 4 hours or 5 hours and you just felt too overwhelming. It's okay. Pamper yourself, make yourself happy by ordering something you really like. And if you are someone who always goes to your mom or dad for that OTP or for that credit card number, I've got something for you, and this is where this video's sponsor is in picture. Say hi to Akudo, a learning first neobank for teenagers. A lot of times we want to shop online, but it gets really annoying when we have to ask for OTPs from our parents. That's where Akudo comes in. With Akudo, you get your personalized Visa Platinum card, which can be used for shopping independently, both online and offline. The UI of the app is also user-friendly and very easy to navigate. My favorite feature of Akudo is the Learning First ecosystem, where in the Akudo app, you get to learn the golden principles of wealth and how to think rich with thought-provoking bite-sized video and practical tips. Another very interesting feature is the savings feature, where you can set a savings partition to park money and save the money towards a goal to buy the things you want. You can also set savings to autopilot, where you autosave whenever you get money and round up your spends. It's like finding old notes in your jeans pocket. The better you manage, save more and spend independently, you get more rewards. Your onboarding is also hassle-free, and your account will be up in less than 2 minutes after completing KYC from your parents' phone. Do check out Akudo by clicking the link in the description, and a huge thanks to Akudo for sponsoring this video. So this is how you pamper yourself and you keep yourself on the track. Now in this process, you cannot in no way watch any YouTube video or a movie or a series which is over 20 minutes, no matter what. The maximum time that you will be the maximum time of break that you would be taking is 20 minutes. There can be a lot of 20 minutes breaks, obviously, but it should not extend 20 minutes. If you're eating food, you can eat the food in 20 minutes. If you're watching a series, watch any series, one episode of that series which is under 20 minutes. If you're listening to songs, listen to songs for a span of 20 minutes only. Now comes the actual implementation part, right? Now with respect to implementation, you gotta sandwich the 3 aspects, the 3 steps that I've told you in the 4th step, that is the implementation, which means now you have a plan, you start focusing on that plan, you actually start studying, or you start doing that work. You can start off by doing something simple or something less overwhelming. That way you'll feel more confident to finishing that subject, or being on track, or being in the zone, right? So start with something which is very easy, or which you really enjoy. For example, if it is me, if I want to study chemistry and I hate the subject chemistry, what I would do is the first 20 minutes I would not touch anything related to the subject chemistry in the syllabus. So I won't read my NCERT books, I won't watch any YouTube videos of that particular chapter. But what I will do is, I will either watch one video of Veritasium or I will watch one video of Mark Rober. It's called Mark Rober, right? I forgot, it's been a long time I've seen his videos, guys. Wait, let me just check if his name is Mark Rober. It is Mark Rober, I remember very well. Who am I saying? Mark Rober. Yep, Mark Rober. So I start off by watching something related to the subject and something that is very light, and then I slowly get into the zone, and then I actually start studying the way I'm supposed to actually study. So that's the same thing that you can do, and you know, slowly bring yourself into that study streak or that study zone. Another thing is, you got to take plenty of breaks. Now we definitely cannot study, you know, 6 hours straight or 7 hours straight without any breaks. If gun is pointed to your head, maybe that's when you can do it. Or if your exam is literally in the morning, right, in next 5 hours or 6 hours is when you'll be able to do it. For the most cases, we definitely will need a lot of breaks. So what you can do is, you can follow this strategy called the Pomodoro strategy. Now what is the Pomodoro strategy or the Pomodoro technique? Basically what you do is, if you have a plan of studying for 7 hours, you study for 7 hours, but you also take 2 hours, which means your entire process is for 9 hours. So if I'm studying for 7 hours, I will study for 7 hours, but the entire process will last for 9 hours. Now why this happens is because after every 60 minutes, so from 0 minutes to 60 minutes, that's 1 hour, we take a 20-minute break. Okay, and after the 20 minutes break, we're again going to start from 0 to 60 minutes. We're going to take another 20-minute break, which means we finished 2 hours of actually studying, plus we've got 20 plus 20 minutes of break, that's 40 minutes of break. We keep doing this 7 times because it's 7 hours, we take 7 20-minute breaks. That way we are always on track of doing what we actually want to do. Now this exactly is what I do in order to study for as long as I can. There are a lot of situations where I literally don't apply this technique and just get into the zone and forget about what's happening in life and just study and study and study because the exam is in the next 6 hours. But I felt over the period of time, this is the strategy that works like a beauty, because we're taking equal amount of breaks, we're studying for a good amount of time, and we are productive that entire time, because first we're in the performer mode, second we have everything around us, which means we won't have any reason to get out of that shell of studying, and third, while we're studying, we're just, you know, pampering ourselves, gifting ourselves with what we really like. That way we're always motivated, we are in a very positive mindset. And in a lot of time while we're studying for exams as well, right, what happens is we come across this one particular concept which just doesn't go in our head. We're not able to solve that particular mathematics question, and it just plays with our head. We just get very, very annoyed. And when you're at this state of mind where we are very annoyed or we're very disappointed or anxious, when we're gifting ourselves with something we really like, in my case food, or you know, some good music, we're just uplifting ourselves, we're uplifting our mood, and we are pushing ourselves. Bro, it's completely fine, it's completely okay. Let's focus on finishing this particular concept. Let's figure out how to solve this concept. But before we start that, let me do what I really like. Let's just listen to songs, let's calm our mind, and let's finish that particular concept. That way you are not even getting completely carried away, you're not getting completely distracted, and in the other spectrum, you're not being a complete nerd of sorts, of just sitting and studying and studying and studying and studying, and then, you know, getting tired at the end. So you're keeping a balance of both the worlds. So this is exactly what I do and how I pull off a 7-hour or a 10-hour study marathon or a productive marathon. So you can do the same thing, and I am 100% sure that you will be studying like a performer. I hope this video really helped you out, and yeah, thank you for watching. I really hope you like this video. Do like the video, share the video, comment and tell me what you do to push yourself for that 7-hour marathon of studying or 10-hour marathon of studying. And yeah, this is me, Shreyas, signing off. I'll see you in another video. Chalo. Bye.